If you have been struggling to get sales from your design work or understanding what you really need to do to make money, I have the workshop for you. On September 23rd, I'm hosting my first ever Profitable Designer Workshop. This 1-day, 3-hour workshop is only $97, but I have a discount for all my podcast listeners. Go to carinagardnercourses.com/profit and put in the code podcast for $50 off. I can't wait to see you more profitable. Welcome to the Make and Design Podcast. I'm your host, Carina Gardner. On this podcast, we're unraveling the everyday joys and dilemmas of design, making, and business. For makers who want to be designers and for designers who are makers, this is your inside scoop to help you grow your business and bring more creativity to your life. It's May, and May is an exceptionally busy time of year. I would say it rivals the Christmas season. Every year I think May, it's gonna work out, it's gonna be good, and maybe it's the stage of life I'm in, but in this year in particular, I have a graduating senior, I have another teenager also with finals, and then I have a kid still in elementary school, and they have a lot of year-end things. We have orchestra performances and just talent shows and such, end of year performances at the elementary school. And then everyone, of course, is getting excited about summer coming and getting ready for that. So what happens to designers who have the exact same 24 hours as everybody else, but suddenly there is so much more going on? I will say this is one of the reasons I missed some of COVID. There are lots of things about COVID not so good, not so nice. But this one thing I remember thinking, oh my gosh, we don't have a gazillion performances to go to. I don't have a gazillion activities. And it was just kind of nice to have a quieter May. So if you are in a busy season as well, and of course we have Memorial Day weekend going up if you're in the United States, because you have more holidays, maybe you're traveling a bit, maybe you're getting out into this wonderful weather. And then let's talk for a second about spring fever. You guys, that is a real thing where you just suddenly feel like, I want to be outside. You are feeling what every other crafter, maker, designer is feeling out there. Because we all just want to be outside, right? Because the weather's nice. We've all been stuck indoors all winter, and it's amazing. Unless you live, in California or Florida. The rest of us I'm in Utah, like desperate to get out into that sunshine. So there's only 24 hours in the day. We all have the exact same 24 hours. So how do we, as designers, make sure and make time still to get in a little design work? And I would really recommend that you still put in a little bit of design work every day. Why? First of all, if you have imposter syndrome, you should be designing every day, because soon it will become part of your identity and you're not going to have that issue anymore. But second of all, because the only way to get better, the only way to level up is to design a little bit every day. Now, if you're going on vacation, you go enjoy that vacation. Go do that thing. Don't leave the design work behind, or maybe get inspiration. So you're still kind of in work mode, but in like the coolest, best part of work mode, in my opinion, which is you're getting the inspiration. A few months back, I was in Paris, and that whole trip for me was inspiration. I was working on a new fabric line. I took tons of pictures. It really got my head around what I wanted to do. And guess what? As designers, we need some of that. We really do. We need some of that kind of absorbing time where we're kind of like taking the information, taking the visuals, and then reassembling them in our own minds to make it what we want it to be. Okay, that's okay. I think that's great. And I also believe in rest. You guys know on Instagram, I'm always talking about rest, because we need to not only be getting lots of sleep every day so that we are great and productive for the day to come, but we should be spending time away from our office, our studio, whatever, so that we can get the kind of inspiration and rest that actually makes us very excited to sit down to do the work. Now, this means you can't take the entire month of May off, or June, July, August, right? That a lot of designers do that. You're not going to do that, okay? If you are a smart designer, you are not going to do that. While everybody else is doing that, and I just did an accelerated designer workshop on this, is that you are going to use your slow season wisely, okay? And hopefully if you're an Accelerated Designer Workshop series, you know what I say about this because you're going to get ahead of everybody else. That's not what this podcast is about. So you're going to have to go check out the series if you want. You can go find it at carinagardnercourses.com and click on it and see what I'm talking about there. But instead, what I do need you to think about, because you're here in this podcast, I want you to be thinking about how can you get in a little bit of design every single day. If you can just get a little bit in, then you're going to continue leveling up and getting to the good stuff, right? Especially if you're new. If you are a new designer and you're just still figuring out the skill part, let alone the design part, you're just kind of getting started, all you have to do is continue forward. You just need to continue forward, and you can do that, okay? So design a little bit every day. Now, if you are in like my time management for creatives class with Megan Summerall, then I really need you to be thinking about how do I block off this time? Because if it's in your calendar, you're going to do it, right? If I block off, I have to almost do the opposite, you guys, because I love designing and I love work so much that I will work. And when I say work, I mean design, because it's so darn fun for me. So this summer, actually, one of the things is I'm blocking off time to go sit by the pool with my kids and hang out with them. And then that way I make sure that I'm getting that time in with them, which is pretty exciting for me. I really, really like doing that. But I've got to block the time off. Same with your design work. If you're not used to designing every day, see, I am, so it's a habit for me. But if you're not used to that, then you got to block off the time. And whether it's maybe first thing in the morning or last thing at night, or maybe it's right in the middle of the day or after lunch, you can create a little habit for yourself of this is the thing I do. And then I do my design work. I open up my computer, I open up Illustrator, I'm in there starting to draw and doodle and get the good stuff out of me that I can then sell and contributes to me making a living, right? That's what I really want for you. All right, guys, I hope that this helps you because holy cow, this month gets crazy and we all think there's just not enough time. The truth is there's plenty of time, you guys. There's lots of time. We just have to block it off to do the things that we really are meant to do, that we want to do. And you guys know, if you were in the Accelerated Designer Workshop, those of you who are being very smart about this, there are lots of ways to get ahead, to get really smart with this season that's coming up. Even if it's busy, you can get really strategic about it. All right, guys, thanks so much for joining me. I look forward to getting to talk to you guys again. And by the way, if you are looking for either my Accelerated Designer Workshop or my Design Bootcamp, the next one's coming up in June, you can go to carinagardnercourses.com. Hey, did you know that you can visit me at makeanddesign.com to learn more about this podcast and join my VIP group for weekly freebies? I can't wait to see you there.